Hello and welcome to this latest video. In this video we're going to look at essential Atom packages, basically plugins, and these are the ones that in my opinion are essential to add to Atom. Now you will want different ones to me, you will want to add others, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the essential ones, or the ones that I think are essential, and then I'm going to go through some which you might find useful or you may wish to do. If you remember, we left Atom as it was here after the installation. Now, the first thing is Telemetry Consent. Do you wish to help Atom with your consent or not? So you can decide which one to have. Once you've done that, it will remove. Okay. The welcome screen, you've got a guide as to how to do things. I strongly suggest that you learn the keyboard shortcuts if you're going to use Atom a lot. There are a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Say that after a beer. That's difficult. Okay, there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and it will take you some time to learn them all. If you want this to show each time you start Atom, leave the tick in the box. I'm going to leave it for now, simply because we may be coming back to this. Okay, it comes with some Git and GitHub items already installed. The theme you can see is the standard theme. You can choose a different theme from here. But today what we're going to look at is installing a package. Now there are 4 ways of installing packages on Atom. You can click on Install Package here and open the installer. You can go up to Packages, come down to Settings and Install Packages and Themes, or you can go into Edit and Preferences, and that will open this installer window. And finally, you can actually type apm install and then the name of the package. Now I'm going to install Emmet, okay, because it is what I consider an essential package. So I'm actually going to use the command line just to do this, just to show you it working. So it'll actually go away and download Emmet and install it. Okay, so that's Emmet installed. Now this is the more difficult way, using the terminal, but I just wanted to show you that it does actually exist. So for the next one, we're going to actually look at installing the packages the normal way. So if we click on Packages, you'll actually see that Emmet hasn't arrived yet. So we actually need to restart Atom. So okay, so we've restarted Atom. It's come up with an untitled one. I don't want that just at the moment, so I shall close it. Okay, if we go to Packages, we now have Emmet here. Okay, so that's ready and available to use. But it's much easier if you come to Preferences. So Edit Preferences. Okay, and then you'll see here the packages that are installed. Now at the moment there'll be one community package, and there'll be a number, well, it says 80 of the core packages. Okay, so that's the first of the packages. So the next one, if we go down to Install, you'll see that there's some featured packages here. Okay, let me just make this bigger, makes life a little bit easier. Okay, so you might want some of these, you might not. It's your choice. Again, personally, I have a list that I have. So the next one that I want is called File Icons. Okay, and you'll get a number. Now, if you have a look, it will actually tell you how many times a particular one has been installed. Now, these are really, really useful because it will actually give you nice colored icons for your files so that you know what type of file you're using it. So click on Install. Okay, so that's File Icons installed. If you click on Settings, it'll open a page up and you can have a look at the settings that you can change, whether you want them colored or black and white or whatever. Only color them when they're changed. I tend to leave them as is. So, okay, the next one we want, you can actually install multiple packages at the same time. So the next one is Atom Live Server. Now this works for HTML and JavaScript. It doesn't really work for PHP. You'd have to put the PHP server in. But at the moment we're just going to put the Atom Live server in because we're not going to be dealing with PHP just yet. Okay, so that's Atom Live Server installed. The next one we want is TODO. And again, it's from this gentleman here. I do apologize, I can't pronounce his name, but this is the gentleman you want, so we will install that. Okay, so that's TODO installed. The next one we want is called Pigments. Okay, so Abe33, and again you can see there's 2 million, so we'll do that one. Okay, that's Pigments display installed. As I say, that displays the actual color rather than the hex. It's very useful. The next one we need to install is Atom-Beautify. Oops, Beautify, I think it's called. Yes, Atom-Beautify. This allows you to make sure that your code looks good. A bit like using the Alt-Shift-F key in NetBeans. Okay, so Atom-Beautify is installed. It has a lot of settings, so you can actually configure how you want it to look. As I say, there are a lot of settings, a lot. So go into the settings and set up how you want your code formatting, how you like your code formatting. Okay, I'm going to do this later. So the next one is, so the next package is, we sometimes have problems and we don't know where to find the answer, and so Stack Exchange is a really good place to find answers. If you have done a search and you've done a comprehensive search on Stack Exchange and you cannot find the answer for what you're looking for, then you can ask a question. But always remember, do a very comprehensive search on Stack Exchange first. So Ask Stack by Chris911 is the one we want. Okay, and what this will do is it gets answers and code samples from Stack Overflow and Stack Exchange. Okay, so we're going to click Install on that one. Okay, so that's Ask Stack installed. Now these are the essential ones. The other ones that you might want to install is Minimap. Okay, now Minimap will give you a map down the edge of your page. Okay, and the other one you might want to install if you decide on Minimap is Minimap Pigments. So those two are good ones if you wish to install. And oops, the next one is Linter. Okay, and the one you want is the Steel Brain Linter. This helps with checking your code to make sure your code's okay and suggestions. We're not going to put a linter in just yet. We may do one a bit later, but if you put a linter in, you'll also want to put in something like a saslint as well, and you'll also want to put in Linter-PHP, okay, which is that one there. Yes, Atom Linter here. Okay, so you'll need Linter, Linter-PHP, probably the Linter saslint, Linter-JSHint, and those are probably the other ones. Okay, once you've installed the packages, you can then change how you like the editor and how the core program works. The only thing I actually change in the editor is I actually set word wrap, which is there. So soft wrap, I actually set that. Okay, that's the only thing I change. Everything else is set up as I wish. You must remember, you must restart Atom for these packages to actually be available to you. So I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time.